Every person who ever gave up on a dream had one thing in common. It wasn't failure, it wasn't lack of talent, it wasn't bad timing. It was one person, one voice, one silence that came at the wrong moment. Meet Elias. Elias was 29 years old. He was not the loudest person in the room. He was not the most talented, but he was consistent. He was patient. And he had a dream that had been burning inside him since he was 17 years old. He wanted to build something, a small business, a clothing brand, simple, clean, built with his own hands and his own vision. He had sketches, he had suppliers, he had a name. He had everything except one thing, the one thing he did not know he was waiting for: permission. And the person he was waiting to give it was his older brother, Noah. Noah was successful, stable job, nice apartment, a life that looked exactly the way their parents had hoped. When Elias looked at Noah, he did not see a ceiling, he saw a compass. Someone whose opinion meant more than anyone else's on earth. So Elias waited. He showed Noah the sketches. He explained the vision. He laid out the plan carefully, the way a man lays out something precious and fragile. Noah looked at everything. Then he said nothing. Not no, not yes, just nothing. "It's interesting," Noah said finally. "Just make sure you think it through." Elias nodded. He told himself that was wisdom, that Noah was being careful, that silence from a smart man meant he was still processing. So Elias waited longer. Months passed. The sketches sat in a drawer. The supplier contacts went cold. The name he had written on a piece of paper and kept in his wallet for 2 years, started to feel embarrassing. Every time Elias came close to moving, he heard Noah's voice. Think it through. So he thought, and never moved. One evening, Elias was watching a video online. A young entrepreneur, 24 years old, a small clothing brand, clean, simple, built from scratch. It was not the same as his idea, but it was close enough to stop his heart. The brand had 40,000 customers. The founder had started with almost nothing, no connections, no mentor, no one telling him it was a good idea. He had simply started. Elias closed his phone and sat in the dark for a long time. Then he called Noah. "Did you ever believe in my idea?" Elias asked. Noah was quiet. "Elias, I just didn't want to watch you lose money. You have a good life, a safe life. I didn't want you to risk it." Elias felt something shift inside him. Not anger, something colder, something clearer. "Noah," he said, "you didn't protect me. You protected yourself from feeling responsible if I failed." That night, Elias sat with a truth that was uncomfortable and necessary. Noah loved him, genuinely, completely. But love without courage looks exactly like silence. And silence, at the wrong moment, costs more than any failure ever could. Noah had never said, "You can't." He had simply never said, "You can." And in that empty space between those two things, Elias had built a prison and lived inside it for years. Some people will never tell you to stop. They will simply never tell you to go. And the result is exactly the same. We are taught to fear the critics. We prepare ourselves for the people who laugh, the ones who say it will never work. But nobody prepares us for the quiet ones. The brother who says, "Think it through." The friend who says, "Be careful." The person who loves you just enough to keep you safe and not enough to set you free. Silence has a cost. It is invisible, it is slow, and by the time you feel it, years have already passed. Elias registered his business the next morning. He did not wait for the perfect moment. He did not wait for Noah to finally believe. He understood now that the only voice that needed to believe was the one inside his own chest. The first year was hard. The second year was harder. By the third year, the brand was real. Not massive, not famous, but breathing, alive. standing on its own 2 feet. He had done the thing that silence almost buried. Look at your own life carefully. Where are you waiting? Who are you waiting for? Whose silence have you mistaken for wisdom? You do not need anyone's permission to become what you already are. The hidden cost of silence is a life unlived. Do not pay that price. Start today. Start imperfect. Start afraid. Just start. If this story moved something inside you, like, share, and subscribe. The SHIGRI Tales. Your time is now.